What's up, Miamians? It's your neighborhood, Jolie, and this is How to Make It in Miami. Today, I have the honor to interview, I don't know if you know him by DJ Selector J or Chef J, but tune in.
Well, it's a pleasure being here. First of all, I go by the name of Jason, aka Selector J, Chef J, however you want to identify me. A lot of people just call me Jay, but Jason. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I'm born and raised all my life, 1987, Duval County. And I've been down here in Miami for about 9 years now.
Miami? What made you choose Miami?
It reminded me of home. Like the people, the energy that I kind of connected with, it always reminded me of home. But the reason I really wanted to move here is because of the opportunity. You know, the ceiling is really, really high, and that's what did it for me.
So I met you as a DJ, but I know that you also are a chef. How does that correlate?
Well, I've always had a passion for cooking, you know what I'm saying? From the time I was a kid, like I was always the one in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever it took, watching, just because I just enjoyed it. Like I remember when Food Network first came out, you know what I'm saying, I remember watching it and being interested in it. And so food has always been a passion of mine. And but I was a professional DJ first. You know, after I graduated high school, me and a couple of my partners, Shots of My Dog, Tyler, AB, Smack, 5-man DJs. We started our own little crew, and we put in the work to move up through the ranks. We linked in with Bigger Ranking. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, shouts out Bigger Ranking, Cool Running DJs, DJ Shane, Hollywood Shane, I'm sorry. DJ Kool-Aid, you know what I'm saying? Like this was the crew, the guys that I learned from, you know, in the city. Pretty much we just put in our work, and again I would move right on through the ranks to the point where I wanted to step outside my city a little more, because I've had the opportunity to travel. We was coming down to Miami for Memorial Weekend. We was going to the classics in Orlando. We was, you know what I'm saying, going through the small cities, and you know I was just seeing a lot, and I really realized that I wanted to do even more. So I made the decision to come down here to Miami, and in doing that, I realized, you know what I'm saying, I got in, you know what I'm saying, DJing and stuff, but I needed something to do during the day. So I decided to go to culinary school, you know what I'm saying. So it was not really a choice, you know what I'm saying, it was just like alignment, if I had to look at it for what it is.
So was it always when you came to Miami DJing in school, or did you DJ first and then?
Well, what happened is, if I had to really just put it down, I came down, linked in with a lot of local DJs and stuff like that via networking, going out, because, you know, out of sight, out of mind, you know what I'm saying, so going to the clubs, going to show my face, you know what I'm saying. And I ended up linking up with DJ Popo, people like DJ Popo, DJ Nasty, Fat Boy, DJ Meat, you know what I'm saying? These are the guys that really just kind of took me in. And in doing that, in networking, you know what I'm saying, I ended up getting put in position to do what I do. And, you know what I'm saying, that's all she wrote. And so that boiled down to, you know, at nighttime, this is what I'm doing. But here in Miami, you can't just have one job, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a couple things going, and that's kind of what I fell into. So I decided to go to culinary school during the day, because it was up the street, and I was always riding past, and I was like, let me just go in there just to see what they talking about, because I ain't doing nothing during the day. I'm working at night, so you know, I decided to go there for an interview just to see what they was talking about. I signed up, and 2 years later, you know, I had my AA, the culinary arts, and I was able to. Even then, I wasn't full on into, you know what I'm saying, cooking professionally. You know what I'm saying? Even throughout, I was still DJing. So, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of found its way,
so
honestly.
Would you look at one as a hobby and one as like a job?
Most would. Most people would. But me personally, like I said, professionally, I got to the point where I was DJing professionally. This is what's paying my bills. This is what's putting me in position to support myself. And I'm doing it on a high level professionally. I wasn't cooking professionally, you know what I'm saying? So now after going to school, after, you know what I'm saying, coming into working in the industry and stepping out on my own, now I also cook professionally too. So I don't look at it either of them as a hobby, but you know, they say when you love what you do, it's not a job. So that's where I'm at with it on both of them.
So you went to culinary school.
Culinary wounds.
Did you cut yourself with a knife with that?
I actually did. I had just sharpened my knife, and I was cutting some bell peppers, and I hit myself one time. But the sharper the knife, the quicker the cut. You ain't got to worry about it. You good.
So, do you think culinary school is necessary? Because you said you already had a passion for cooking.
Necessary? No, not at all.
Okay.
It's not. But they teach me technique. And I'd be allowed to say that the things I learned in culinary school didn't translate over into honing my skills even more. And because again, in culinary school they teach you techniques. They don't go in there and teach you a gang of recipes and say this is how you do it. They teach you French techniques because the French really took the culinary industry to the next level by instilling systems. You know what I'm saying? And whether you know it or not, majority of restaurants and stuff like that are set up in a French style kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like even the words that you use when it comes to mise en place, like everything in place. You learn systems and techniques, and you kind of those things don't leave you.
So did the French basically make cooking sophisticated?
They took it to the next level. Yes, okay. That's why the Northern and French are known for their cuisine.
So how long have you been a chef?
I graduated culinary school in 2014. It was a 2-year program, and I also did an externship at Disney. And then I came back down here to finish my externship. So about 2.5 years.
Okay.
And so I can say professionally with the credentials since 2014. And right after that, I went and started working at the Biltmore Hotel down in Coral Gables. And I did that for like a year and some change, moved up through the ranks and whatnot. And then I kind of wanted to branch out on my own. So,
yeah, you was at the Biltmore. I remember my birthday party.
I remember that. Yeah. But that was nice at the brunch.
Yeah.
At the brunch. Yeah. So I was at the Biltmore, and that's when I got a chance to really apply some of these techniques and things that I was learning and stuff like that, and mix the passion with the technique. You got Chef J.
Period.
All right.
So being Chef J, did that make you start your own company, or do you do anything on the outside work?
Well,
or do you only work for a business?
I got to the point where I kind of wanted to do my own thing, because just like when it came to being in Jacksonville, like I'm looking at I want a higher ceiling. So I don't want to just go through the traditional route of going through as a cook 3, 2, 1, and then going into being a sous chef. I didn't want to take that traditional route. I've always had the mind to kind of do my own thing. So after working for the Biltmore, I decided to work for myself. And I came up with the company bonmange.
Okay.
Shouts out to Rochelle. She helped me come up with the name, and it's actually means good eats in French Creole. And it's also a full-on infusion of the culture that I've been immersed in down here in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Because of the Haitian culture, they speak French. You know what I'm saying? And, like, shouts out Chef Creole. Like, they used to have a $5 fish on Wednesday. That's what kind of locked me into moving in Miami. But, that's why I came with the name. So I established my company name, you know what I'm saying? And then just started doing little stuff, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be my seafood salad, selling seafood salad, you know what I'm saying? While I'm DJing, I come bring a cooler with me, you know what I'm saying, full of my seafood salad, just to sell to the people. And then that just kind of evolved into more. I started doing like a couple different lounges, hookaholics, you know what I'm saying? And then that put me in a position where people eat my food and they end up trusting me enough to come into their establishment. So, and then that's how I even got my first time doing actually running the kitchen at Miami Cheek. Shouts out Terry Elliott, Lil T, you know what I'm saying, the whole crew over there. They put me in position. I interviewed with them. They were interviewing a few other chefs, and they chose me. And that was my first time really applying the techniques that I learned in school, that I could do it on a larger scale and actually see what you got. You know what I'm saying? And it was a little intimidating at first, but just like with everything, once you get into it and once you focus, you know what I'm saying, everything gonna fall into place. And the company itself is a multifaceted culinary company. It's like an umbrella. So when I say an umbrella, I'm doing it all. I'm doing private, intimate dinners, catering for 1 to 1,000. It don't matter how big it is. Meal prep. If you want, like, oysters is a thing that we do in Jacksonville. If you want to set it up for me to come do an oyster roast or some crab boil, you know what I'm saying, I'll come do that. But again, it's a complete umbrella. Consultations, and when people open up companies, how to properly set up their company, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine. That's what the company offers.
Okay. Is it mainly like freelance or stationary?
I'm freelance.
Okay.
Right now I don't have a brick and mortar. This has been the business model that I wanted to keep. I don't want to be locked in anything. That's why when so many people always, the first thing they ask you, when you get your restaurant, when you gonna get your food truck, let me invest in you, That's cool and that's fine. But again, I've been more focused on building a brand. And that brand is gonna breed everything that I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a brick and mortar, food truck, this is always my plan. Because of the fact that me, I do like to be able to not be locked into something too much right now because of the fact I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And there's so much that I want to bring to the table. And I trust my vision, which is to put my all into the company, and everything else is gonna, come to fruition. So yeah, it's coming soon.
So you plan on like growing this business to a restaurant? Is that the ultimate goal?
Well, the ultimate goal is to bring my two passions together. You know what I'm saying? My music and my food. And over the years, I've found different ways to incorporate both. But my ultimate goal is to have a situation, or at least that'll be the format for when we talk about these restaurants. We talk about these things. It'll be a format to where the entertainment and the music element and the food will both be at the top tier. And and that could be a brick and mortar. That can be setting up at an event. So I want to really bring both of them together in harmony, and that be the ultimate goal.
The question is it really hard to stay clean and sanitized in these restaurants?
It can be. And only reason I say it can be is if you don't have the systems in place, right? And using Chick-fil-A as an example, they have the systems in place. People rave about how clean Chick-fil-A is, how the customer service is so good. I mean, that's a part of their mission statement. You know what I'm saying? They close on Sundays for that, just to give you that feel, whatever the case may be. So when it comes to having systems in place, once the systems are in place, then your company should be able to run efficiently and legally, and clean as just like you want it to be. Culinary school taught me techniques. Okay. It also taught me food safety. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that have to be understood about food, all the way down to how your refrigerator is organized. You know what I'm saying? It has to be in a certain way. Like your meats have to be on the bottom, because say you have meats and then on top of something that's ready to eat, and some meat juice drop onto something that's ready to eat. Now it's cross-contamination. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, once you understand the systems and what it takes to run a kitchen that's up to code, because is come looking for certain things to see if they're done right. Okay. Like having labels, so you need to have everything labeled. You know what I'm saying? When it was open, how long it's gonna last for, when it's prepared, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things, and once you know what to look for, it makes it a lot easier, but it shouldn't be about looking for it. It's just how you should be operating anyway.
So it's not necessarily like it's just so dirty. It's just that they don't have like the rules.
Certain it could be certain things, because it's those certain things that can cause you to have food poisoning or have cross contamination or certain things like that, which is a liability. And at the end of the day, when you're running a restaurant and you putting your food out and it's an extension of you. So if you're not doing it the right way, then you're liable to be hit by the inspectors and things like that, because that's what they're looking for, as they should be, because we eat a lot of food and people eat out so much. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing, but that's what comes with it. You got to make sure that as a business owner that you're operating with systems in place, and that those systems translate to the people that you hire. Okay. Because if you have them in place, they're not translating to the people that you hired. Now they're not taking it serious. So now they ain't taking it serious. You did your job, but now you getting hit. Like Chick-fil-A did their job, putting their systems in order, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. And now when they get inspected, they look like they're a dirty company. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we know better than that. Shouts out Chick-fil-A.
Coronavirus and inflation.
Oh man.
Has that been harder for you, like as a person?
Believe it or not, what happened is, for me, when the virus hit, I personally, I was DJing 5 nights a week. And so when the systems kind of shut down and we had to kind of go indoors, we're back outside now, but we had to go back indoors, and it kind of just put me in a position now where I pull out my other tool that's in the toolbox, you know what I'm saying? And from the culinary aspect, because on the music aspect, a lot of these, we didn't have the same opportunity to be outside and fellowship and, enjoy music. So I leaned on my culinary side, and even in doing that, it just brings more growth and development. And now that we're back in a situation where we can assimilate even more, now I'm working both ends of the stick, but that's exactly what I came to do.
Okay. As I know people like to say they're starting like legacy to pass on to their children. Do you look at it like that? I think in every sense we all want to leave our mark. Okay. And I try to do it in every interaction that I have, along with when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, if you honest and genuine with what you want, your legacy gonna be here anyway. Okay. No matter what. And that's how I look at it. Because again, I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it as the purest expression of me. Yes. On both ends. Okay. So with that being said,
the legacy has already been established, and I'm just building on it. And shit, strap up, let's go. But finally, shouts out to Day, man. Y'all shouts out to Day, man. Day is creative. She's I've seen her put things together that I haven't seen put together, ever before. So like for you to come up with the concept how to make it in Miami, I think that's a great concept, and it's a privilege to be on your platform. And I look dead in the cameras. How to make it in Miami as a dude from the 904 Duval County, I came down here to the 305, and shouts out to my cousin Melvin. He brought me down, and he showed me a lot of things. And like the one thing that I did recognize by immediately coming here is that you have to put the work in. You can't be lazy. And once you put the work in, the people here will buy into it if you have a good product. It's not like you can't do it. So the way to make it in Miami is to not be lazy. Don't be scared to network. Keep your face clean. And just be genuine, because just like Miami, anywhere else, if you're not really, really serious with what you do, you can smell it like a dog. Like people, they be able to sense that. And I think even here in Miami too, when you're not genuine, that can be one of those things that, based on what I've seen, that'll keep you on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? Real recognize real, and like that's just, the way to make it. The way I've made it in Miami is to come down here, be my best self. It's the best version of myself. Build on myself. Continue to grow. Don't be stagnant, because Miami is also a very, very fast moving, always evolving type of place. And if you don't have the means to do that, then you'll sink. So you have to be able to swim. That's how you make it in Miami.
So where can the people find you?
Right now you can find me definitely on all social media networks. The bonmange, that's my culinary page, and my DJ is DJ Selector J. CMOS company right now that we're looking to expand and build on right now. So y'all can follow that on social media also. It's Lucian Moss, and it's high quality sea moss from St. Lucia.
I was about to say,
you know what I'm saying?
St. Lucia,
no, it is. I went and got it myself.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I went to the plug. I went to the source. I Frank Lucased it.
Okay.
I went over there and met with the farmer. He swims and dives for it. It's really good.
Learn how to make it